Without white people ever coming to Africa to colonize Africa, tarred roads would probably not exist in the majority of the African countries.
The subscriber you have dialed is not available at present. Please try again later. The subscriber you have dialed is not available at present.
It hurts me to accept this, but the evidence is unavoidable. Without the same white people that African communists hate, the majority of countries failed to keep development going into the future. Many countries were formalized when they became colonies. Once the black governments took over, it almost feels as if most of the black leaders in place are working with everything in their power to destroy any sign of civilization. They are trying by all means to return black countries to the Stone Age. Before you start insulting me in the comment section, let's look at a simple example. Load shedding. The ANC had to squint, groan, smear themselves in manure in order to get Eskom working better, and yet they found it working well when they came into office. Not just working well, but being a world-class institution. A reminder that in 2001, Eskom was presented with the Global Power Company of the Year award. And in those days, we had the likes of Ruel Khoza, Alan Morgan, Tulane Kabashe, and Bongani Khumalo running things at Eskom. So, we had and still have knowledgeable black people with the abilities and experience, yet our black leaders ignore those experts and choose to appoint their incompetent, lazy relatives and friends in key positions, regardless of how it will destroy the very nations that they call home. And you still vote for them. Right now, street lights in many communities are off. They're off in Turffontein, they're off in Springs, they're off in Randburg, and many other places across South Africa. That is another example of how these leaders are allowing deterioration instead of ensuring further development. Here's another one. Where there were traffic lights, there are now stop signs or nothing at all to direct traffic. This results in unnecessary accidents and heavier than usual traffic. The very things that white people were trying to resolve by installing things like traffic lights. Instead of developing things a step further or at least maintaining the very traffic lights, at the very least, the Comrades want us to become primitive. From using electrical lights for our homes, we were forced to use candles. From being able to comfortably walk the streets at night in our neighborhoods and parks, we became scared of what lurks in the darkness, hence we kept to our caves. From having traffic lights controlling traffic automatically, we now have metro police and insurance people waving their hands, playing referee to drive the traffic. I know that these things have become very common to many of us, but it's not normal, guys. These are signs that you are living in backward countries, dear African. These comrades are responsible for the destruction of well-functioning civilizations, and if you keep voting for them, you are complicit. Through Western colonizations, many aspects of our lives became formalized. Everyone could have access to postal services, and with the technological advancements, not from Africa by the way, phones and emails came. WhatsApp, X, and other platforms that enable instant communication also came. And the very people who hate the West, who hate white people, who have innovated nothing meaningful themselves, enjoy these technologies. Mind you, Africa has very capable individuals who have what it takes to develop and innovate. But these very comrades are the stumbling blocks to such individuals elevating Africa. Right now, I want to show you something very important. We are supposed to be able to reach our leaders and workers that work for us, right? Many of these government departments have websites, and on the websites there are phone numbers. If you are to be interested in reporting a fault or a crime or wishing to inquire about something, you'll find that these comrades cannot be accessed via the phone numbers that they themselves listed on their own websites. You don't believe me? Here's the office of the Premier of Gauteng, for example.
The subscriber you have dialed is not available at present. Please try again later. The subscriber you have dialed is not available at present. The number you have dialed does not exist. Please redial carefully or consult directory inquiries. The subscriber you have dialed is not available at present. Please try again later. The number you have dialed does not exist. Please redial carefully or consult directory inquiries. The subscriber you have dialed is not available at present. Please try again later. The subscriber you have dialed is not available at present. Please try again later.
Imagine, not a single number was picked up. And these are the numbers that they themselves displayed on their website. Their phone numbers should be made available to us, the people, the citizens who need to call their offices to reach them should we have any queries or even solutions. Think about that. That is the office of someone who we fund, people who work for us. I can guarantee you right now, these people have been given cell phones to do their work and even airtime and data too. But if we had managed to reach a receptionist, we would have been told very simply to send an email. We would have been told, unfortunately, we cannot give out those numbers. The ANC has made this a common occurrence, but again, just because it is common does not mean it's normal or acceptable, guys. That is the office of the Premier of Gauteng, Comrade Loudmouth, snake oil salesman himself, Panyaza Lessufi. Well, let's compare him to the highly hated Western Cape. How does this racist Western Cape operate? Are they able to at least pick up their phones and give out answers to our questions? Let's have a look.
Office of the Premier, good day.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks, yourself.
As you can see, the DA wins again. And this is not an isolated event. I can't think of a time when I have called a DA-run area and come out without an answer for any of my queries. These are facts, evidence. Please stop using your emotions to decide the future of our nation. Use your brain. Do you want people who will bring further development and civilization, or do you want people who are working overtime to destroy the civilization that we have? I can guarantee you one thing though, that was not the first time we were calling Panyaza's office. It's only the first time we recorded it. In all those times, the phones were not working. He can't ensure that his office phones work and are answered, but he can certainly ensure that he puts his face on billboards like a wannabe celebrity at our cost. What work does Panyaza do that requires him to plaster his face on billboards? Honestly, there is no work that requires him to put his face on any billboard. There is none. Only fools think that if they put their names and faces on billboards, they have done a mighty work. What I'm wondering is how many billboards he actually has. So we can only see him on billboards, TV, and social media. If you're not a journalist, he's out of reach and out of touch to you, even though you are paying his salary. How crazy is that? Thousands wasted every month on billboards, but they can't spend 2 minutes updating their details on their website to make themselves available, visible, and accessible to the people that pay them. Anyway, that's it for today. Before I leave, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and for those of you who can, please support our work by buying our t-shirts and proudly declaring yourself unafraid to express your support for our channel while spreading the message. You can also join our membership on YouTube or on our website, and for those willing to just give a once-off, please feel free to do so. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Katlego. This is Citizen Concerned, and until next time, beware of the comrades.